the negative side, and my opponent claims that about 96% of workers earn more than the federal legal wage. This percent includes all states, when to be a relevant percentage, it should just include states that do not have a set higher state minimum wage, because if you include states like California, of course they're not being paid $7 an hour because that's illegal and they need to be paid $11 per hour. And another point he brings up is that 18% of minimum wage workers are the sole earners of their family. 18%, America has a pretty large population, and 18% of the population is still millions and millions of people. So I don't think it's reasonable to ignore these people who are the sole earners of their family. And even if they are second or third, it's still really hard if the other earner is still on minimum wage. As I touched on, they would need to work 1 or 2 jobs to reach a livable wage, with even 2 parents working to support a family. And another thing he touches on is automation. And automation really takes a lot. You need people to design the robots, build them, perform maintenance, plan everything out. This is something that probably won't happen for many years, considering that many people are even wary to the idea of being served by robots all the time, and it can cost a lot of money, it takes a lot of time. It's going to take time for this to take place throughout all of America. It's kind of a generalization, and whether or not you raise the federal minimum wage does not have an effect on automation use. If we have the technology for automation use, of course it's going to be cost efficient, and it will happen whether we raise the wage or not. Workers will be laid off because of automation if we have the resources for it in the future. But right now, that's not very relevant because it's not prominent yet. And to summarize our affirmative side, we believe that our minimum wage should be raised to $10 an hour from the current $7.25 that Americans are being paid, due to the amount of poverty that's still in our country. For our significance is that many Americans live in poverty despite being minimum wage workers. Our inherency is the money that Americans make at their minimum wage jobs cannot support their families and cannot support their basic necessities that they need. And our final solvency claim is just that it needs to be raised so that we can reduce poverty in America. Thank you.
I think I did good.